With us today is with us today in the panel is none other than the leader of the House Prosecution Panel, Representative Jeroville Jinky Beatrix Luis of the 2nd District of Batangas, Representative Lawrence Defensor of the 3rd District of Iloilo. Also with us is the member of the Council for the Prosecution, Attorney Lorna Kapunan, and Attorney Benjamin Toloso Jr., who is also a member of the Council for the Prosecution and spokesperson of the House Prosecution Panel. To start this press briefing, let us hear first the opening statement of our lead prosecutor.
Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat, ganun din sa mga kababayan natin na sumusubaybay ng impeachment trial na ito. Natapos po ngayong hapong ito ang oral argument ng magkabilang panig. Doon sa depensa, tumayo po si Attorney Michael Poa. And of course, sa part po ng prosecution, tumayo naman po ang ating kasama, si Congressman Chel Jokno. We are very much happy and positive with the arguments that were raised and articulated by Representative Chel Jokno in behalf of the prosecution, and we want to express our positivity and hope that on Monday, kamukha ng sinabi po ng ating presiding officer, kapag nagdesisyon na sila, ay sana kami po ay umaasa na mapaboran ang aming mga request or pakiusap na issuance ng subpoena. That includes bank documents, AMLC records, and BIR records. No? And then also, just today, nagmanifest po ang prosecution about the withdrawal of 5 names from the list of prosecution's witnesses. It is for the same reason na sa amin pong pananaw ay yung sasabihin pa nilang testimonya ay napatunayan na sa mga naunang testigo na inilahad po ng prosecution. And of course, for Monday, as announced by our presiding officer, magkakaroon po ng pagtatanong ang ating mga senator judges, and we are very much confident that Congressman Chel Jokno will be able to answer and explain all the questions which will be raised, no? At inaasahan naman po na ang huling testigo para sa Article 4 threat, who is Attorney Melvin Matibag, the NBI Director, ay mapapasalang sa Tuesday, no? At ang kasunod po nito ay ang pag-uumpisa na ng presentation of witnesses on confidential fund. Doon po sa confidential fund ay ganap po naming ipinahayag ang aming paghingi ng subpoena kaugnay ng aming mga susunod na testigo. Yun pong aming officer ng archives sa House of Representatives in the person of Marivic Pareja. And of course, yung dalawa pong land bank official or employee. No? So, for the opening statement, that would be all. Thank you.
Okay, we're now ready to accept your questions. Gab?
Hello, ma'am, sirs. I know that you have spoken regarding the wisdom of knowing when to start talking and when to stop. But I would just like to ask if Tuesday is really the right time to stop regarding the Article 4 of the Articles of Impeachment. Kasi parang merong, while the hearing has been dragging, parang slow-paced, may sentiments na parang bitin yung pag-present ng mga witness sa Article 4. Do you think it's the right time to stop po?
After the testimony of Director Matibag, it will be the right time to stop. Naging matatag at malinaw ang pagpresenta ng aming ebidensya. Our witnesses who are credible has said that the case is airtight at sigurado silang the threat is real. And remember that this is a constitutional process. Hindi ito simpleng krimen sa ilalim ng batas. Ito ay paglabag ng saligang batas. We are trying a case for betrayal of public trust. At sa ebidensya pa lang na napakita ng prosecution sa una naming 2 testigo, na makikita ng malinaw at matatag ang kaso. Gusto ko lang sabihin na pagdating ng testimony ni Director Matibag ay matatali na din kung ano pang pwedeng maidagdag para mas lalo nating mapakita sa taong bayan na kompleto at malinaw lalo ang ebidensya namin for betrayal of public trust and high crimes.
Any addition to that po? Okay na po. Clarify ko lang din po regarding kay Attorney Matibag kasi may request po siya na mas mapaaga po siyang mapresenta. Pero ngayon po Tuesday po siya ipepresenta. Paano po 'yun? Nakausap po ba ng prosecution si Attorney Matibag?
Well, the reason why it will be on Tuesday instead of Monday is because as pronounced by the presiding officer, there will be the senator judges will be given time to raise questions to both the prosecution and the defense. That is with respect to the subject matter of the oral argument, which is the validity of issuance of subpoena of documents, preterm documents, meaning prior to the respondents becoming an impeachable official. I wish to believe that Director Matibag is monitoring also the impeachment trial, but we'll make sure that he will be properly informed of the change in the schedule of his appearance in the impeachment court.
May dagdag ko lang kanina, kahit 2, 3 at 4 na oras mong i-cross-examine ang aming testigo, wala kang mapipiga sa testigong nagsasabi ng totoo at walang tinatago. That is why the prosecution is confident that we have presented our case clearly to the impeachment court as well as to all Filipinos who are watching the impeachment proceedings.
Sir, sorry to follow up lang dun sa sinabi niyo po. But wouldn't be or presenting a psychiatrist or presenting Sheriff Abe contributed greatly to the case? Hindi po ba siya makakatulong kung sakali?
We always have to balance, and like what Attorney Lorna said, you should always know when it's the right time to stop. At sa palagay namin, ito ang pinakamagandang panahon kung saan malinaw at paulit-ulit na sinasabi na ang aming aligasyon sa articles of impeachment ay malinaw na patunayan na ng ebidensya.
One final question po. Yung pace po kasi nung trial has been slow. O parang hindi naman siya madi-deny ng kahit na sino. Pero who benefits po ba as slow pace? Is it the defense or the prosecution?
The prosecution has greatly benefited with the pace of the trial kasi paulit-ulit na lumalabas yung aming ebidensya at paulit-ulit na nasasabi ng aming mga testigo. Bakit ito naging biolasyon? Hindi lang sa batas as a threat, but it's a violation of the Constitution in the form of betrayal of public trust.
Pero sir, kung beneficial pala sa inyo, bakit po kayo yung nag-withdraw? Bakit prosecution yung nag-withdraw?
Dahil sa ngayon, kompleto na at hindi na namin kailangan dagdagan pa. It's unnecessary, it's redundant, at ayaw din naming sabihin ng mga taong paulit-ulit na lang. Mahirap na magsawa ang mga tao at mawalan ng kanilang atensyon kung nakuha na natin ang lahat nating dapat makuha.
Can I just add to your question, Iho?
May I just give emphasis dun sa dahilan na na-point out ni Attorney Kapunan kahapon, no? 3 mahahalagang salita ang binitawan niya kahapon sa kanyang manifestation. Surplusage, kalabisan, redundancy, paulit-ulit, lack of necessity, hindi na kailangan. And this represents the reason why we withdrew some of the names or 5 names from the list of prosecution witnesses. And I reiterated that in my manifestation because indeed, kapag nakita mo na hindi na kailangan, kalabisan na at paulit-ulit na, like what she said, we should know when to stop.
Yes, idadagdag ko lang, no. Why no longer meron tayong kasabihan na the thing speaks for itself. When Senator Pia said that I was giving my opinion on the video about Attorney Lopez crying and complaining, that was not an opinion. Because the video really, it was a statement of fact. our video, which was used by the defense as its own witness, showed Attorney Sulaika crying. That was not my opinion, it's a factual statement. It also showed her complaining about her alleged violation of human rights. So just to correct with due respect, what were inaccurate statements, they were not opinions, they were just statement of fact from the video presented. Secondly, why not the psychiatrist? Because again, the video of all, the many videos, even the 7 timestamps which were shown to show the emotional tirade, kung paano mag-respond ang isang vice president, her emotional outbursts, her tendency to use expletives, no, to use very well, you know what word she used, no? They by themselves do not require any expert witness to testify. When a person says or reacts that way, do you need a psychiatrist or psychologist to interpret when what you see is by itself self-explanatory? Hence, there's no need to get a psychiatrist or a psychologist to explain what all of you saw, what the whole nation saw. Yesterday and even before yesterday. The sheriff, why the sheriff? Because the sheriff, as Chairman Jinky, the sheriff would have been presented to show the violent tendencies. And you saw the violence, maybe not in actions, but in intention and in the way she expressed herself. When she said, pupugutan ng ulo, she said this. Now, do you need, and that's exactly what the sheriff would have attested to, the violent tendencies of the vice president, which again, as also our chairman, our Kong Noy said, were adequately shown by our earlier witnesses. So, I think it is not fair to the prosecution to surmise that we are overly, parang umaatras na kami, that we are too much limiting. We are limiting the number of witnesses, but understand that limiting the number of witnesses has its own purpose. Because when you have so many witnesses and you open the door to cross-examination, lengthy, useless cross-examinations, you will confuse the public. So you will see eventually why, the reasons why we had did this. As I said yesterday, we submit. We have to appreciate the wisdom of our public prosecutors. And there. Yun lang po. The testimony of what you've seen, just to summarize, why is it complete? Kasi the first witness, you will recall, was technical, went into authenticity, went into provenance, but could not testify on content of the video. The second witness, Attorney Lotok, testified as head of the Cybercrime Division on the content. Now, the third witness, in response to why only 3 witnesses, would have completed the whole cycle. Maraming tanong kay Attorney Lotok, ano nang nangyari? And he would say, dahil meron pang ibang division ng NBI na nagtuloy ng investigation. So, panoorin nyo na lang sa Tuesday, and I'm sure you will conclude, as we have, that with the presentation of Attorney Matibag, the whole picture, the whole narrative will be clear not only to the prosecution, but to you in media and to our people, na kumpleto na ang narrative with the presentation of our last witness.
Tama na ang timpla. Kung dadagdagan mo pa ang Ricardo, baka mag-iba pa yung lasa. So titigil na kami.
Good afternoon po, Haji, Brigada News FM. Just to follow up lang po at very specific lang, paano po ninyo sasalagin yung mga po pwedeng gumamit po dito at po pwedeng, kumbaga, maglabas ng narrative na, baka kaya tatapusin na nila yung Article 4, lilipat na sila ng another article kasi baka palagay nila mahina, mas malakas tong Article 1. Paano po ninyo sasalagin yon yung mga ganong klase ng narratives po?
Baligtad po yun. Reason why we will be proceeding to the presentation of evidence for Article 1 on confidential fund is because we believe that we have established already our case in Article 4. That is a threat. May sinabi si Noy kanina, dagdagan ko yon. Lahat ng labis ay masama. Sakto lang.
Mga kababaihan, reminder ha, na
May asawa
Huwag
kami,
kayong
ha?
Huwag kayong mag-asawa. Too much love. Too much love is also destructive. Baka sa haba ng interview, yun ang take away nyo, sabi ni Attorney Kapunan, do not love too much.
And that is why it was really our intention to communicate to the people the reasons for the withdrawal of the names of the witnesses, no? Gusto kong ulitin yung sinabi ko kanina before the impeachment court. This is a constitutional process. This is sui generis. Liberal interpretation must be considered, no? Dahil itong prosesong ito ay para sa tao. And reason why we are stating our position about the withdrawal is because we want the people to understand. Dapat maunawaan ng taong bayan ang dahilan. Bakit namin winidraw yung psychiatrist? Bakit namin winidraw yung sheriff? Bakit namin winidraw yung PNP Firearm and Explosive Office Representative? Bakit namin winidraw yung family member, di ba? Because ultimately, this process concerns the interest of the Filipino people. Let us not forget, ang interest po na kinakatawan both of public and private prosecutors is the interest of the Filipino people, and they have the right to know what is happening in the prosecution, including the withdrawal of the names of the witnesses. But let me reiterate, the reason for the withdrawal ay dahil malakas na ang kaso. Kompleto na ang ebidensya. At ang sabi nga, lahat ng labis ay masama, so let us proceed to the next article.
Okay. Yes po.
Just, our spokesman, Attorney Jay is here. And I'd just like to emphasize and for you to think about statement of one of the senator judges who said, don't say it here. Kung meron kayong gustong sabihin, yung mga opinion nyo, yung mga conclusions nyo, yung mga manifestations nyo, don't say it in the impeachment court. Say it outside. Say it through your spokesperson. Say it. My personal view here, and what I say, please do not blame management. Please do not blame the public prosecutors. But I would like to say that when we talk about balance, and when we talk about impartiality, I guess that same standard should apply not only to the prosecutors, not only to the defense, but to the senator judges. This is not to say that we are saying that they are biased. We are saying that we have to have a balance also. Because when the senator judges make a manifestation, wala po kaming karapatan mag-object. Until, if the other side, for instance, if the other side, the defense, where prosecutors makes an objection or makes a statement, pwede namin sabihin misleading, Your Honors. Pwede namin sabihin vague, pwede namin sabihin confusing, pwede namin sabihin objection, etc. No? Sadly, we cannot say the same. We do not have the same right to say that when it is the senator judges who make their own manifestations, who make their own opinions, who make their own conclusions of law and of fact as well. So, speaking for myself, if there is a call for balance, we're throwing back that call as well. Because I think hindi tama yung we will keep quiet in court and then sa labas na lang kami magsasalita. No, it is the right to information that we are here talking about. And as Chairman Jinky has said, this is a constitutional process. This is not the rules of court where technical rules are applicable. And hindi naman tama na it is outside court that will make manifestations through our spokesperson. Our very able Attorney Jay, I think, will have something to say about that.
Just very quickly, no? As pointed out by Chair Jinky, number one primary reason why there was a need for us to explain, the people deserve it, diba? They have to know, they have to hear from us why we made this decision. But secondly, this is actually out of respect for the impeachment court itself. You have to remember, these witnesses were listed in our pre-trial brief. So there's already expectation on the part of the impeachment court that we will be presenting them. No? So out of respect, of course, we could assume they already started to study and prepare for the possible testimonies of these witnesses. So it's also important, paliwanag namin mabuti sa kanila why we're now deciding not to present them anymore. No? To make it clear that this decision was not reached haphazardly or arbitrarily, but there's a good reason for it. So it's actually out of respect also to the impeachment court that we found the need to explain the decision.
Okay. Last na lang po. Sa palagay po ninyo, paano po kaya makaka-apekto yung naging issue kay NBI Director Matibag kanina? Kasi di ba may mga issues po na ni-raise si Senator Judge Alan Peter Cayetano and of course si Senator Pia, may mga nasabi din po sa kanyang pagharap as a witness sa darating pong Tuesday. Thank you po.
Well, I wish to believe that the issue raised earlier by the senator judges should be different from the subject matter of his testimony. No, I hope that they will be able to distinguish between the issue raised earlier and the fact of Attorney Melvin Matibag testifying on Tuesday. No, these are two different concerns. Director Matibag will be testifying on the allegations of threat against the respondent, while the question that was raised kanina is with respect to his pronouncement on the upcoming investigation on some infrastructure program concerning SEA Games, no? And kanina ko rin lang nalaman, it was Senator Judge Alan Cayetano pala who was the chairman of that committee during that time, no? Nevertheless, I wish to believe na the senator judges will be able to separate these two different concerns.
All right, go ahead.
Good afternoon, prosecutors. Earl Tobias po, IBC News. Prosecs and counsel, apart from knowing when to start, is this also knowing when to move forward? As we understand, the next article is the heaviest in terms of documentary evidence. Hinug na po ba ang panahon para yung mga dokumento naman na hindi nagsisinungaling ang dapat isalang at makita ng taong bayan? Thank you po.
I believe there are two significant reasons why we are moving towards the next article, no? For the purpose of presentation of evidence. First, ay yung sinasabi namin kanina, kompleto na, tapos na, na-establish na ang mga ebidensya in support of threat. With the exception, of course, of our last witness in the person of Director Matibag, who will be testifying this coming Tuesday, no? But after the conclusion of the testimony of the NBI Director, it is really our position that we have established already, completely, thoroughly, the case of threat or the allegation of threat, D-stab, and having contracted an assassin as constituting impeachable offenses under the ground of culpable violation of the Constitution, high crime, and betrayal of public trust. The second reason is, dahil kompleto na tapos na yung nauna, we should not waste the time of the impeachment court. We have to proceed immediately to the next article in accordance with the order which we submitted to the impeachment court. And the next is confidential fund. Similar to the first article which we presented, we are equally confident. We have strong evidence, and that is why we feel ready to proceed to the presentation of evidence in support of the misuse, misappropriation, and irregular disbursement of confidential fund of both the OVP and the DepEd.
Yaneska? Kindly pass the mic to Yaneska.
Good afternoon po. On ano lang po, yung request nyo for subpoena for bank accounts and tax records. Kong Shell Jokno cited nung Corona trial, the Senate Impeachment Court issued subpoena sa bank officials and at least, I think, 2 peso accounts of then CJ Corona. Given this precedent na sinight niya, meron po bang elbow room ang Senate Court to deny your request given na may ganitong precedent?
That is actually a prerogative exclusive to the senator judges on how they will be voting on this issue, whether in favor of the validity of issuance of subpoena or legality of issuance of subpoena or otherwise. That is an exclusive prerogative that belongs to the senator judges. But let me share with you, there is a concrete basis dun sa sinabi ni Kong Chel Jokno because it is actually in the Senate rules itself. If I am not mistaken, that is Rule 50, Section 136. If there is no rule applicable to a specific case, legislative precedent must be applied. At yung ini-invoke niya kanina, during the Corona impeachment, the impeachment court allowed extensive discussion about preterm documents.
Sorry, ma'am. What do you mean by preterm? Sorry.
This pertains to acts or omissions which happened prior to becoming an impeachable official. By illustration, 22 naging impeachable official. It means that documents pertaining before 2022, our position, they are still relevant.
Can I add something? Ang impeachment ay isang constitutional process. At ang konstitusyon, ang pinakamataas na batas sa ating bansa. Walang regulasyon, walang pangkaraniwang batas ang makakaangat sa ating konstitusyon. The constitutional process of impeachment being the highest form of inquisition in the country, dapat hindi tayo nalilimitahan at dapat nagkakaroon ng kapangyarihan ang ating Senate Impeachment Court na mabuksan ang kahit anumang dokumento, mabigyan ng access sa lahat ng pwedeng impormasyon kasi hahatulan nila ng pagtanggal ang ikalawa sa pinakamataas na opisyal na hinalal sa ating bansa. The access to information is the most important thing so they can say that there will be an impartial judgment. Magiging patas lang at balanse ang kanilang pagdesisyon kung magkakaroon sila ng pagkakataong makita ang lahat ng ebidensya at dokumento at walang regulasyon o kahit anumang batas ang dapat humarang dito. At sana maanyaya natin ang mga senator judges na huwag nilang sanaying malimitahan ng isang simpleng batas ang kapangyarihan na ibinigay sa kanila ng ating saligang batas.
Yeah, just quickly. Aside from the fact that there was ruling already made on this matter in the previous impeachment proceedings, so dun sa Corona kung saan pinayagan buksan ito, as pointed out by Kong Shell a while ago, this is also, the exception is based on the law itself, on the Bank Secrecy Law, no, na pinapayagan talaga yan sa impeachment proceedings. And even the foreign currency deposits, meron din maliwanag na Supreme Court jurisprudence yan na sinasabing that is not absolute. If it causes injustice, pwede pa rin yung buksan.
May I just add something, no? Still in line with preterm documents, if that is really the subject matter of your question.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Let us revisit Article 11, Section 2 on impeachment. Ang binabanggit dyan, who are the impeachable officials? Ang binabanggit dyan, what are the grounds for impeachment? But the Constitution never mentioned whether these acts or omissions must be committed before or during the incumbency. May sinasabi sa Rules on Statutory Construction. If the provision does not provide, we should not provide. So our reasonable interpretation to that is whether it is committed before or during the incumbency, that is still covered by the provision on impeachment.
One short statement then, ano. I think the Vice President has recently been said, the prosecution is all ingay lang, no? Wala naman talagang ebidensya. She has said in interviews that the prosecution has no evidence. And yet, now that we are presenting evidence, who is blocking the evidence? Who is blocking the presentation of the bank records? Who is blocking the presentation of the BIR records? Who is blocking all relevant evidence? So we are saying, now that we are talking about evidence, why are they blocking our evidence? When they have said earlier in the House hearing on the House Committee on Justice that they will present their evidence here. So really, this is a court. This is the impeachment court. And this is the time to present evidence. How the prosecution wants to prove its case is up to the prosecution. How the defense wants to prove this case, their own case, we will leave it to them. And if they say that they will not present evidence, that is their prerogative. But we, in the prosecution, believe that the manner of presenting and what testimony or pieces of documents to present is entirely the prerogative of the prosecution, representing the people and preserving or safeguarding the right to information of the people. And lastly, if you are innocent, bakit ka aatras?
Okay na po, nasagot na yung, I was supposed to follow up on yung preterm, ano. Okay na po, thank you.
Yes, good afternoon. Good evening na pala. Ma'am, so nabawasan na po yung mga number of witnesses dito sa Article 4. So definitely hindi po abutin ng Pasko itong impeachment trial. Ano po yung pagtaya ng prosecution kung kailan matatapos?
Well, we are in the process of re-evaluating, no, the list of our witnesses for the 3 succeeding articles, no? But of course, you have to consider also that there are times when it is the exigency of the trial that demands for the withdrawal of some of the witnesses. And that is exactly what happened in threat, Article 4. Upon realizing the comprehensiveness, the completeness of the testimony of Agent Calilong and Attorney Lotok, we came into a conclusion. Sapat na, kompleto na, including the would-be testimony of NBI director, no? And we came to realize of that only after the conclusion of the testimony of Attorney Lotok. Indeed, it is only after you've heard entirely the testimony of these witnesses when you will be able to evaluate, sapat na ba, kulang ba, kailangan bang dagdagan? And that is why in our pre-trial brief, we made a reservation there. Kung hindi man pag-withdraw, pwede rin magkaroon ng additional if the exigency of the trial demands.
Ang cross-examination lang naman ng defense ang nagpatagal sa trial. Kung 2 o 3 oras ulit ang kanilang pag-cross-examine sa mga susunod naming testigo, sigurado akong Valentine's Day tayo matatapos.
At mapapalitan na yung national bird natin.
Ako, I am personally aiming to finish before Christmas para masaya ang Pasko nating lahat.
Yes, ma'am. Kunin ko lang po yung as the lead prosecutor, your assessment dun sa performance, of course, dito sa under Article 4, Congressman Lawrence Defensor, and kanina sa plenary, Congressman Shell Jokno. Your assessment.
10 of 10, 100 over 100, no? And of course, we give the credit to our head prosecutor in the person of Congressman Lawrence Defensor, who really worked painstakingly to make sure that we will be able to present all the necessary evidence thoroughly, completely in Article 4 that is read. Again, I'm giving the credit to our head prosecutor, Representative Lawrence Defensor.
Ay, ma'am, good evening po. Ann Soberano po of Bombo Radio Philippines. Ma'am, before the Senate impeachment trial nagsimula, palagi po sa press ko nababanggit na may mga pasabog-pasabog. So, si Director Matibag po ng NBI ang magiging last witness nyo for Tuesday. Ibig sabihin na sa kanya po yung pasabog for Tuesday. Thank you.
Let's wait and see kung meron nga ba siyang pasabog, no? We'll never know until we hear his testimony, no? Gusto ko rin lang i-congratulate ang prosecution, most especially Congressman Shell Jokno, for an outstanding performance, really, and a very enlightening oral argument that he did in behalf of the prosecution kanina, no? And that is why my scorecard for the prosecution is 6 all in 6 days.
Ma'am, another follow-up. Na-explain nyo na po yung paliwanag nyo na bakit po nag-withdraw kayo ng inyong mga witnesses. Pero ma'am, may mga critics pa rin ang nagsasabi na yung withdrawal ng mga inyong testigo ay reflects a weakness in the prosecution's case. Ano po yung reaction nyo dito?
Well, you cannot please everybody, no? Lalo na kayo sa media, alam niyo na kilala niyo na ang isa't isa. So, we are open. We are open to comments from everybody, especially the media. And we take them all in a positive note. Everything is positive here. If they say that kulang, I'll end up with the difference nga. The difference between, ito na romantic advice na naman to. The difference between love and hate. Hate is not the opposite of love. Love is not the opposite of hate. It is indifference. Pag hindi kami pinapansin, kayo sa media, pag wala kayong opinion about us, you don't love us, you don't hate us, you're indifferent, yun ang nakaka-nervyos. You either love us or you hate us, but the moment you are indifferent, that means taong bayan. I'm talking about national issues. When people become cynical, when people become indifferent, when ang kababayan natin sabi nila, Pagod na kami sa impeachment na yan, slow pace, boring na yan. Huwag na tayong manood dyan, same yan. That is the indifference that we are fighting against. Dapat we are concerned. You have to be concerned about this impeachment case. Love us or hate us, but please, be concerned. Be informed so that you can come out with your opinion after. Ang ayaw po namin dinidedman nyo kami. Hate us. We're okay with you hate us because I can assure you that at the end, you will love us.
All right. Any other questions? And I think that shows that the love and the attention that you have been sharing our prosecutors. Again, thank you for our public prosecutors and the counsel for the prosecution panel. Do you have any parting words? Or I think, all right. Any parting words for what we can expect next week?
Sa atin pong mga kababayan, especially yung mga nanonood, kami po'y inyong samahan sa pagpapatuloy ng impeachment trial na ito sapagkat kagaya po ng paulit-ulit kong sinasabi, hindi po ito tungkol sa amin. Tungkol po ito sa ating lahat. And like what Attorney Kapunan said, be informed, be involved, be aware, be part of this impeachment trial. Because at the end of the day, this concerns the interest of the Filipino people, including our next generations. No? Maraming salamat po.